Okay, so there is some echo here. So good morning. Our discussion was related to electrocardiograph. We have seen how actually the electrical cycle in the heart it starts. So we have discussed earlier, it originates from the SA node, sinoatrial node, and then it goes to AVN node, then bundle of His and the Purkinje fibers. So this is actually the electrical conduction system of our heart. And based on these electrical signals, the mechanical contraction and expansion of the heart muscles, it takes place. So that we have discussed in the previous lecture. And this simulation also we have seen exactly how this electrical signal it originates at the SA node and it propagates to the AV node and later on to bundle of His and lastly to the Purkinje fibers. So what this red color you see in this diagram, in this animation, this is actually how the electrical signal propagates in the different parts of the heart. And accordingly, the contraction and expansion of the heart takes place. We call it as systole and diastole in terms of this medical terminology. Okay. And at the bottom, you see here the corresponding one cycle of the ECG wave. Now, I have also told you last time that the electrical impulse or the action potentials, it begins at this SA node, as you see in the top of this diagram, and it propagates towards the AV node. So actually, the this propagation of the potential, it is nothing but it has some direction here. So that's why this can be represented in the form of some vector. So actually, this is also called as the electrical axis of our heart. So this I told you last time. Right. So that means the potential, whatever we measure here, it is a vector quantity. And this potential, whatever is action potential or these voltages are developed around the muscle of the heart, these potentials can be measured from the surface of the body. Okay. And we measure this from the surface of the body with the help of some electrodes. Now, okay, so now obviously, when you connect electrodes at different points, the polarity of the electrodes is important, right? So if you place these electrodes at different parts on the skin, then the polarity will be different at different points. Okay, so that's why there should be some standard conventions where these electrodes should be placed so that there should be uniformity. So that we are going to discuss today. So that is okay. So last time I also told you that there is some electrical dipole which exists in the heart, right? As this potential propagates from SA nodes. So there is some electrical dipole here. So this corresponding direction of this vector, it is called as the electrical axis of the heart. Okay. So this is what we have discussed. And yesterday we have seen this ECG wave. It contains this various parts. This is one complete cycle of the ECG wave, PQRST. Okay. So this is divided into three major parts: P wave, QRS complex, and the T wave. So QRS complex, this is the middle wave with the maximum amplitude. This is called as QRS complex, and then the T wave. And Okay, so these are again separated into different intervals that also we have discussed, PR interval, QT interval. Okay. Now, this was the last point where we stopped. Okay. Now, as I told, the representation of electrical activity of the heart, it depends on the position of the electrodes, right? For example, if this is the vector in the heart, which conveys some electrical potential, and if I am connecting some electrodes externally, okay, so obviously if I change the position of the electrodes, the potential, the reading of this meter, it will have different values or polarities. Okay, so the same electrical activity, it will look different on different electrode combinations. Now, the combination of electrodes for recording, it is called as lead. So there are various standard lead configurations that we are going to discuss. Okay, so this is one of that. One lead, it is connected on the right arm, as you can see here. One is connected on the left arm and one on left leg. Okay, so this gives rise to a triangle. Okay, so the reading of another the reading between right arm and the left arm, it is called as now this position, it is called as lead 1. When the electrode is now the reading between left arm and the left leg, where positive here and negative on the left leg. So this is called as a lead 3. And the third one, where one terminal it is on right arm, which corresponds to negative polarity, and one on left leg. So this is called as lead 2. So this is actually a 3 lead configuration. There are 3 electrodes, as I said, one placed on the right arm, left arm, and the left leg. And these are connected to some recorder, and accordingly you will get some ECG recording here, and there is some lead selector here. So we can select here what lead, the potential related to which lead you want to consider. Okay, now what we have discussed, the position of these 3 leads, right arm, left arm, and the left leg, the 3 electrodes, this gives rise to a triangle. Okay, and earlier I told you there is some vector is formed here. Okay, so this vector, it is a net dipole. Now if you place this dipole inside this triangle, it looks like this center vector what you see here. Okay, now along lead 1, it will have projection in this direction. So that's why this left arm it is positive and right arm is negative. Okay, regarding lead 3, the projection of the electrical axis, projection of the dipole, electrical dipole along lead 3, it will be in this direction. So that's why this side is left leg, it is positive terminal, and left arm it is negative terminal here. Similarly for lead 3, this is the projection for lead 3, projection of the dipole along lead 2. So that's why right arm is negative and left leg it is positive here, and this gives rise to a triangle. Okay, so this is the same thing shown here, right arm, left arm, negative here, positive here. For lead 3, negative here, positive here, as we have discussed in the previous slide. Then for lead 2, negative here for right arm and positive on left leg. So this is a 3 lead configuration. And you can see the position of the heart. So the electrical axis in this case, it will be, as we have discussed, in this direction. Okay. This is again one animation. You can see here actually how the signal propagates and how actually the various readings of lead 1, lead 2, and lead 3 Those can be observed on the ECG meter, ECG graph. Let us watch this. It is a vector quantity. As the signal starts from SA node, it propagates to the AV node, and from AV node to bundle of His and the Purkinje fibers. So when this happens during the complete cycle, this shows you the vector projection along lead 1, vector projection along lead 2, and vector projection along lead 3. And this is how the potentials, the waveforms for one complete cycle, it keeps on changing. So this is shown in this animation. This animation, it is available on Wikipedia. This I have collected from Wikipedia. If you want to see it, just visit Wikipedia and enter search for ECG there. You will get the 2 or 3 animations what I am using in this presentation. It is from that. Okay. So this shows one complete cycle, right? Now we are talking about the leads. Now, as we have discussed, the position of the lead matters. So as a standard, there are 12 routinely used positions of leads. Okay, so we'll see those. So there are standard limb leads given by Willem Einthoven. So that triangle what we have seen, the name of the triangle is Einthoven triangle. Okay, then augmented lead lists. So these are 3 leads. Einthoven triangle, as we have seen earlier, 3 leads. Then augmented limb leads, these are also 3, and precordial leads are 6. So total there are 12 leads. So this is the standard convention routinely used. Now we will see what are these different types of leads and their positions. Okay, so usually performed, not 12 lead ECG usually performed when the person is resting in a supine position. Supine position means the person should be lying on the bed with back downwards, stomach upwards and the back downwards. So that position is called as supine position. It is composed of 3 bipolar limb leads. So as I told you, 3 bipolar limb leads and 3 augmented leads. So these are 3 augmented leads and 6 precordial leads. So these 6 precordial leads are actually placed on the chest. So I will show you the positions of this leads on the chest, where all these 6 leads are located. All limb leads lie in the frontal plane. Okay, chest leads circle heart in the transverse plane. Okay, so these are the positions of ECG leads. Okay. This is lead 1. This is right arm. This is left arm for lead 1. For lead 2, again, this is right arm and leg, left leg. As we have seen earlier, again, for lead 3, it is between left arm and leg, left leg. Okay, so this is limb 1, limb 2 and limb 3. The same thing what is shown in this diagram. Okay, and this is called as Einthoven's triangle. So this position of leads, it is given by Einthoven, what we have seen earlier. So it is named after the scientist Einthoven triangle. Okay. Then the three leads are called as ECG augmented limb leads. Okay. So this is actually, there are three leads, one on the left arm, and these two leads, there is actually some register divider network here. So one lead, this is actually the resistive combination. So this is connected at this point between right arm and left leg. So similarly, you can see here, and this is the position of the vector electrical signal that is measured here. Okay, so this is called as AVR. A stands for augmented. Okay, this is lead AVL, and this is lead AVF. Okay, so I think we should stop here. Our time is getting over. Next time we'll discuss more details about these leads, and we'll also see next time about the ECG machines, the block diagram of ECG machine and its function. So that we'll discuss in the next lecture. We'll continue that. Okay, so that is for today. You can, for attendance purpose, if you are not given your roll number in the chat box, please mention your roll number in the chat box.